Hi, YouTube family, and to whoever and wherever this podcast shall reach. My name is Jacqueline Smith, and this is my podcast, 3 a.m. Conversations. You may or may not be wondering what's the significance of 3 a.m. and who is up having conversations at that hour. And to that I say, there is no better time to have the most purest, most honest, most significant, life-changing, life-altering conversations. And this is exactly the type of conversations you can expect from me and any guests I have join me to give you that Cat Williams level of truth. And just as he said in his iconic, legendary interview, this is the age of truth. No longer can we hide how we show up in the world. To me, the truth is liberating. To others, deafening. I'm honest without being hurtful, and I seek to understand and not to undermine. I enjoy having deep conversations that leave you in a contemplative mood. You can expect each conversation to be different, personable, but most importantly, relatable. You may find me cursing and giving testimonies about the goodness of God, but that's just me, so don't judge me. God knows my heart, and I know I'm blessed and highly favored. But I want you to enjoy the conversations I have on this platform as if you were right in the room with me, because these are conversations we should all be having as we continue to grow and evolve into better versions of ourselves. Now, I am a self-professed overthinker, coupled with the fact that I am a perfectionist. And it has taken me far too long to get out my truth, which is I should have done this a long time ago. I should have started this podcast 5 years ago when I had the idea. And the thoughts, the overthinking that kept me from doing it is why I'm doing this podcast today. Because the truth is, I am a procrastinator. And I am trying to break those habits for fear of failure. So this is me inviting you into my journey. And I thank those who already joined me on my journey and took the pleasure of sitting with me and having open and honest conversations with me. And I thank those in the future that will join me to do the same. This platform was created for people who have these deep conversations within themselves, but they may not have someone around them that can relate or understand what they are trying to say and how they are feeling. And I just wanted to provide an open space for those people to come and share those thoughts. Now, not to say that I don't want to be interviewing the greats, you know, the people that you see on TV every day. They have these wonderful lives. They They influence millions of people, and I would love to have conversations with those people, but my true desire is to have conversations with the everyday people that are going through issues of love and loss and trauma and crisis. People who are on the verge of a momentous occasion in their life are something that can change their lives forever. I want to have conversations with people who are like me, people who are doing what they need to do to live their best lives and not afraid of being vulnerable while doing so. So yes, there will be people on this podcast who will not have a name that you may know. But by the end of the podcast, you will feel like you've known them forever. So we are creating a community of family where there is no judgment, just honesty, with God at the center. And with God at the center. Because there's nothing that I want to do without Him. And I have learned that lesson, and maybe you'll get that story on here of what I went through when I thought that I knew all the answers, that I had everything secure, that I had full control over my life, and God showed me real quick who's really in control. And yes, that lesson was devastating. And yes, I was hurt. And yes, I felt embarrassed. But I know what happened to me changed my life. And it put things into perspective. And it also released a burden off my shoulders of, I don't have to have it all figured out. And I shouldn't have to figure it all out, because there's only one that is in full control. There's only one who I should be asking for constantly, for their guidance, for their love, for their protection, for their understanding. And that's God. And we're going to be talking a lot about God on this podcast. So if that's not your zhuzh, then please click off right now, because I am a God-fearing woman. And I know too much about Him to doubt Him. So we're lifting up His name here. And anywhere where I can sing His glory and His praises, and giving Him the honor that He deserves. And I don't know where this podcast is going to lead me. I don't know what God has for me, with me being so vulnerable and open and honest at this very moment. But I know He is doing this to allow me to step out of my comfort zone, because I am a very reserved, private person. but I love to talk. I love to communicate. I love interacting and connecting with people. And I think this is God's way of pushing me to do more of that. So again, I don't have the answers. I don't know where this is going to lead me, and that's kind of the exciting thing about it. I don't know what God has in store for me, but I will be obedient and follow His way and His word and have Him order my steps, because there's nothing that I can imagine that can be greater than what God has planned for me. He is the creator of all creators, so I'm just happy to be in His presence. I'm just happy to oblige to His wish. And I look forward to the conversations that I'm going to be having. I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you that are within the sound of my voice. Connect with me. If you want to be on this podcast, hit me up. I'm not opposed to speaking to anyone within reason. Now, come on here saying some crazy stuff, but within reason, I would love to talk to you and get to know you and your story. And yeah, y'all, this is gonna be real talk for 2024 and beyond. No longer can we sit in fear of things that we know we ought to be doing. And it reminds me of this quote. I was trying to find it, but I can't. But from what I recall, it says, if you're scared, do it anyway. If you're nervous, do it anyway. If you're hesitant, do it anyway. If you feel unprepared, do it anyway. And I felt and still do feel all of those things, but I take pride in knowing that I will be moving forward and doing it anyway. I am a child of God, and I know He has my back, and I know that whatever His hand touches, it's going to be an opportunity to learn and grow and evolve and just be the person that He brought me on this earth to be. So I'm excited and nervous and scared, and I look forward to getting out of that perfectionist mode and just being able to let my hair down and connect with you all. So again, my name is Jacqueline Smith, and this is my podcast, 3 a.m. Conversations. I look forward to what's up next for all of us in this year and beyond. So without further ado, please listen to episode 2.